Ha, 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 ha. To be or not to be? That is the question that I am asking right now while I'm playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Hello, this is Dry Oasis. I'm your host. And yeah, still need to do the thing that I promised to myself. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Where we last off, the body, I'm assuming that's the body of the one connoisseur chef, Artie Frost, was found in the, let's see here, fountain area inside of the art museum that was once famous dessert chef's palace. It has now been an art museum thanks to the efforts of his assistant, Judy Pound, and something Tangaroa, if I remember. Anyways, coming back from the past, let's see here, that other old guy seems to have been knocked out cold by some kind of gas that had, I'm not going to say what it was before, but I'll say the official versions, Normalium and Fatalium, or at least the unofficial versions that were made years ago, because I could not pronounce whatever the heck those were. Larry Butts was there just sculpting as usual, artist stuff. Let's see here. Mostly everyone that was there 18 years ago has, for whatever reason, returned to the scene. And hey, dead body was once found. So yeah, let's see where I last left off. Just jamming to this song. Oh man, this sun rocks. Alright, that's where I was. Gonna do this for at least an hour or so. And let's see what I'm dealing with. Sad music. Still can't believe the IS incident was Gregory's last case. Oh wait. I still can't believe the IS-7 incident was Gregory's last case. Or that's what it's been 18 long years since. A murder at a confectionery contest, and of one of the participants no less, Artie Frost. They pulled his body out of a treasure chest that was part of Samson Tangro's chocolate tableau. He'd been hit in the head with a large rock salt lamp, and subsequently bled to death. I found the lamp hidden inside the Candy Castle delicious scone had made for the contest. But then, before anyone had the chance to investigate Mr. Frost's own room, All of his icy creations had melted clean away. 18 years ago. December 24th, 9 to 5 p.m. Contest venue, fountain room. Ah, I missed the theme. All of Mr. Frost's work destroyed. Mr. Von Karma wasn't very happy. He told us to get out, and in no uncertain terms. So what do we do now, Mystery? I love that. That's a very clever pun. I just can't believe he just up and kicked us out. Von Karma's a total jerk. No, Eddie. It was always the job of the police and the prosecutor's office to investigate the scene. Yeah, but he didn't have to talk to us like that. Who cares if we're cops or attorneys? We should all be working together to find the truth. You can't assume that everybody's aims are the same as your own. You may wish to expose the truth, but others might prefer to accept things as at face value. Which way of thinking is right will depend on the person. But what if somebody innocent ends up behind bars because no one managed to uncover the truth? It can happen. We're all human, police and prosecutors included. Which is why defense attorneys exist. Our job is to help people in just such situations. To be friends to the friendless. Friends to the friendless. Now, we may not be able to investigate Mr. Frost's room as hoped, but that doesn't mean we give up. You're right, Mystery. I'm sorry. I should have thought it more before I opened my big mouth. You're just young, Eddie. You'll learn soon enough. I will. I promise. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you look like you could use a little pick-me-up. I'm afraid this is all I have, but please, by all means. Whoa! You're the best, Miss Bound. Aw, chocolates. They're misshapen. Aw. Thank you. A little sugar boost might actually help, although these are a little too sweet for my liking. And a little uniquely shaped. I'm sorry if they're not to your taste. No way! They're great! They're just so sweet! You're very kind. So, imagine me of all the people, mediocre confectionaire. What? You mean you mean you made these yourself? Yes, Samson loves chocolate, so I had to learn. Keeping him supplied with his favorite treats is just one of my many duties. Although he just spent most of the time coaching me on how to improve my technique. Mr. Tegro sure is a lucky guy. Getting to eat homemade sweets made by the one and only Judy Bound whenever he wants sounds amazing. I'm sorry, did you say something? No, nothing at all. Dear sweet Eddie, you really do still have a lot to learn. It seems you're quite committed to the work you do for Mr. Tegro, Miss Bound. Of course, but right, would I have to stay here otherwise? What do you mean by that? I was abandoned as a baby. Mr. Tangaroa took me in. Aww. Aw, poor Judy Bounce. Now I get why her name's like that. Aw. Aw. Poor Miss Judy Bounce. That's right. One snowy Christmas Eve, many years ago, he found me on the steps of this very mansion. Who would do that? On Christmas Eve, no less. Those jerks. Boy, if I ever found her parents, I would be so mad at them and just slap them. I mean, on Christmas Eve, no less. I guess he wasn't expecting that to be a Christmas gift. They saved my life. I became the father I never had. Because they're jerks. I never got to see them again anyways. I can never repay him. So my work for him is the least I can do. And I'll be here for him as long as he needs me. Aw, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I must be getting old. I'm welling up a little myself. Aw. And to think today's Christmas Eve. And I can't even give him his present in person. I'd do anything to save him. Anything. Aw. Please, if there's something I can do to help, just say it. No, but there's something I can do to give you. Huggy hug. We're very grateful, Miss Bound. Perhaps you could help us by answering a question. Did you know the victim? Not very well, I'm afraid. Oh, but if you wanted to see some of his work, I have a picture of the sculptures he made for the final. My, they're stunning. Aren't they? Are they masterpieces? I think they're masterpieces. Would have thought you could make such intricate statues out of flavored ice. Something adored them too. Oh, hey! That's Taurus and Gemini, right? I didn't know you were keen on constellations and the Zodiac, Eddie. But I played a lot of the Zodiac Age. You know, Final Fantasy XII. I got to start somewhere, you know. Oh, I love it. The stories those stars can tell. To be honest, I actually took a class in Turn it, stars. Let's see here. What was it called? No, that's nails. What was it? Science of Stars. What was it called? What was it called? No, what was it called? I was planning on taking astronomy, but I took astrology by mistake. Somehow still got out of that class scot-free. Take Gemini, for example. See the lyre? That's what the harp is called. And their arrow is round the... Hold up. The lyre doesn't have any strings. Huh. Did Mr. Frost forget to add them, maybe? That doesn't sound like something he'd forget to do. Wait, really? But I thought you just said you didn't know him very well. Oh, well, he didn't seem like the type. Seems she's got something to hide, too. Like a ticket to ride? You took this photograph yourself, Miss Bound? Yes, I used this instant camera here. It develops the pictures as soon as you take them. It's so useful. Oh, I'd like to see it in action. Then why don't I take your picture? Yes, come on, Mr. E. Let's get a shot of the both of us. Well, alright then. Would be a shame to waste a good hair day. Ready? Say cheese! There, all done. The picture's yours to keep, Mr. Fender. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's such a cool camera. Well, it's the only one we've got, so we use it all for our picture-taking needs. It's very convenient, but the lack of negatives is something of a shame. So there aren't any negatives for us to reference? Huh? Assume Mr. Tigro used the same camera during the contest? Yes, you assume correctly. He used it for some work in progress pictures of his seascape. And later to take some photos of the other contestants' works. But didn't you take a picture of the body when you discovered it? And didn't you discover the body while the judging was still underway? Ah, yes. Simpson wanted pictures of all the entrance completed rooms. But the film ran out just as he finished photographing Mr. Gusto's work. So he asked me to go put in a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were. In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected? Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. But he thought maybe he'd just let it struck somewhere along the way. But had he really, though? I went to our living area to change the film, and was passing through the fountain room on my way back, when I heard the sound of something break and collapse in Simpson's room. Sam? I already know this. Mr. Frost's body was just lying there. I was in total shock. It was all too much. But I remember, I called the police, and then I went to tell everybody else. And the camera, it's been with me ever since. I see. I'd be grateful if you could let us lend the camera and this picture, Miss Bound. Of course. Here you go. Thank you. It's a camera. It takes photos that develop instantly. New film cartridge has 20 exposures, but there are only 3 remaining. And that picture. Detective Bad, Miss Scone, are they done investigating? They're done with me, that's for certain. Thought the big meanie told me to clear it off. Honestly, that mannequins will be the end of me. The cheek of him. Guess he got tired of people cluttering up his crime scene. Did he run you off too, Detective Bad? Yeah. Von Karma seems to think I'm a nuisance. Can't do things his way with me around. Why wouldn't Mr. Von Karma go as far as to exclude his own lead detective? Still, got a pretty good look at the scene. As far as Gusto, he's enjoying a nice little chat right now in Frost's room. What about? About the fact that Miss Bound said she saw him going in there during the contest. Mr. Gusto went in Mr. Frost's room. That's right, and I have to say, he looked pretty much like he didn't want to be seen. I don't know what he could have been up to. Well, he's candidate number 1 at the moment, as the guy who melted Frost's work. But is that really why Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room? Got a photo of the room right here, if you need it. It's all yours. Wait, what? Why would you help? Just give it to us. Do I gotta spell it out for you, kid? I'm offering to help you guys. I want the truth about this case to come out. Detective. Really, Detective Bad? Mr. Von Karma won't be happy about this. Yeah, well, I'm not Mr. Von Karma's stooge. If he's gonna stonewall my investigation, then I'm not gonna play by the book either. Can't let some pesky rules keep me from finding the truth. Now can I, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. Thank you, Detective Bad. Wow, I can't believe you won him over, Mystery. Wow, I haven't the foggiest what you're all going on about, but here's 2 new friends, eh? It's definitely nice to have the good detective on our side, that's for sure. Alright, let's take a look at that photograph. Is there something on Manfred's head, at least? Here. This is what Frost's room looks like looks like just now. Yikes! There's nothing left of his flavored ice sculptures but puddles. The floor appears to be completely covered in a pale blue liquid. I should compare this with the photo I just borrowed from Miss Bound. I assume the plugged power cord has something to do with it. Yeah, once that was out of the socket, the display cases lost power, and up the temperature went. It looks like they were all connected to the same power strip. Do you have any idea when it was unplugged? Nope. Still working on that. Those sculptures were beautiful. What a waste. You can say that again. I should have taken a few more bites out of them while I had the chance. Delicia? What? So they tasted good? Did they ever? Never tried ice sculptures so scrumptious all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable. The salty bit? That's in the other photo you've got there. This bit, the happy thing. Gemini's liar. Wait, that's why you know strings? Because you ate them? I didn't eat that much, you cheeky little devil. I told you, it was all horrible and salty. It's interesting that only one particular part of this particular sculpture tasted different from the rest. Could somebody other than Miss Scone really be responsible for eating the rest of the strings? Did you notice anything else, Miss Scone? Come to think of it, I did. There was a funny little mark on Chili Winks' work. Little mark? It was 2 little letters. Let me see if I can draw it for you. There we go. Yes, it looks just like that. It's almost like a signature or something. Wait. I just knew Mr. Frost wouldn't have made that harp without strings. He's not the type to skip an important detail like that. I hope you don't mind asking, Miss Bound. But are you certain you didn't know Mr. Frost particularly well? What? No, I barely knew him, I swear. And why are you dancing like that? That's so. You certainly seem to have some strong opinions about his attitude toward his work. The way you're dancing around. Like that. No, the sculptures were so carefully made, I didn't think he'd miss out something so important. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. You have a more personal connection to his work than that. What makes you say that? I have an item of evidence that appears to have been one of Mr. Frost's possessions. And it shares a key feature with another piece of evidence. Well, I don't want to know what you're talking about if you don't share. So what are these 2 pieces of evidence of yours? Know the seconds. The Scone found 2 letters carved in Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. I think they were a signature of sorts. After all, it's not unusual for an artist to initial their work. I guess not. That's right, dear. It's just like you said. That's right, dear. That's exactly just like what you said. Chillywink statues had the letters PH carved in them plain as day. PH? Shouldn't it be AF? You think so, but take another look at this. It's a seal we found at the crime scene. Seems reasonable to assume that it fell from Mr. Frost's pockets. And when pressed into a surface of an item, it would leave behind the letters PH. Same pottery mark we see imprinted on the bottom of the items in the tea sets. The same pottery mark. We have already established that the tea set and the work of the sculpture we have already established that the tea set is the work of the sculptor Polyke. Like, whatever. Polholic. From that, we can assume that these same letters would mark any item out as a piece of his work. The fact of which you were well aware, correct, Miss Bound? Well, yes, I know that he always marks his work with his initials like that. He's never revealed his true identity in public, so it's the only way to know his works are truly his. You mean Polyke was... That's right, Detective. Odifos had another identity. He was no ordinary confectioner, at least as far as Miss Bound was concerned. For you see, Mr. Frost was in fact... Mr. Frost was in fact... none other than the famed sculptor Polyhawk. Polyhawk? Polyke? Whatever. What? Mr. Frost and Polyke were the same person? This reminds me of that one guy being Batman, but I forgot his name. And that other guy being Superman. But those are all just superheroes, nothing more. But it's not like the mark's hard to copy though. Anyone who's seen it could fake being him with it. Not exactly conclusive proof that Frost was who you say he was. It was proof enough for Miss Bound. What matters is that she believed it. Its true identity will have to be investigated by the good people of the precinct. Alright. We'll have the boys look into it. I should have known it. I couldn't hide it from you, Mr. Edgeworth. So you admit it. You were aware of who Mr. Frost really was? I was. When I discovered his body, I saw the seal you found. Don't ask me how, but I just knew straight away that he was my dear Polyke. Imagine, his entries in a confectionery contest were his final legacy. A great man like that. And be honest, did you enter Mr. Frost's room at any point? What? Why are you asking me that? I mean, you are dancing again. The photograph of Mr. Frost's room. I'd like to know when it was taken. Oh, it must have gotten mixed up with the one Samson took during the judging. Objection! I'm afraid I find that rather hard to believe. You said you saw that the camera ran out of film during the judging. And that you've had charge of the camera since before Mr. Tangaroa had the chance to visit Mr. Frost's room. That's how you were able to take that picture when you discovered Mr. Frost's body. I suppose so. This suggests that you took only 2 pictures with the new film. One of Mr. Frost's body and one of his room. But I have a piece of evidence that says otherwise. You do? Evidence. You took 2 pictures. The camera! You gave the picture of the body to the police, and the picture of Mr. Frost's room to me. Oh, and you gave that picture you took of me and Mr. Edgeworth too! 3 photographs in total, and yet the film cartridge in this camera only has 3 exposures remaining. out of a total 20. You took more pictures, and I want to know what of. I'll need to see all the photos you took. Perhaps then we'll finally learn what you were really up to. I'm so sorry. I confess, I've been lying to you. Huh. These are all the shots of Frost's room. These are all shots of Frost's room. I'm so sorry. Looks like she took pictures of his work from every possible angle. And when were they taken? And when they were taken, the ice still hadn't melted yet. Wait, don't tell me. It was you? It was. At least, I'm pretty sure it was. You are? Why? Well, you see, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Hoglake's work, as you know. I was petrified that they might be ruined, what with the investigation that was going on and everything. So I thought I should at least capture the sculptures and film for posterity. And how did that make them melt? I think perhaps I was so intent on getting the perfect photographs that she tripped on it? I might have tripped over the powder cord without noticing. My mistake? Are you sure? I didn't notice at the time, but, well, how could I have been so careless as to cause the loss of his final masterpieces? That seems a little convenient to me. I'm not sure I believe it. But I'm not in a position to refute it either. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Please, don't worry about it. The important thing is that you told us the truth. Wait, he said, no hard feelings, Miss Bound. Thank you. Mr. Edgeworth, picture's yours. Hope it helps. Are you infernal nuisances still here? You don't know when to give up. Hold on a moment. Just gotta check on this. Linger for as long as you like. The answer is still the same. You are not a part of this investigation. Whether we're part of it or not, we'll uncover the truth nonetheless. It seems you don't know when to shut up either, but I commend you on your stubbornness. Mr. Von Conroy, I'm afraid I'm the one responsible for Mr. Frost's work melting. What? What is the meaning of this? I'm so sorry, and to you, Mr. Gusto. Huh! Nothing. No concern of mine. I didn't do anything, and Mr. Von Karma agrees. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto. You went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why. Sure, I was... Objection! Silence! You're not to give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information. Judy Bound, you're coming with me. I have reason to believe that you are an accomplice of the accused Samson Tangaroa. No, I will be interrogating you personally, so you had better get your story in order. I understand. Wait, please, I'm not done questioning her myself. And do you think I could care because... Bad, Gusto, and you scone. I have questions for all of you, and I expect answers. Fine by me. Oh, you could at least ask nicely, Mannequins. He took literally everyone with him. Indeed. Well, I suppose that means there's little point in us hanging around either. Perhaps it's time we got going anyway. It is rather late. Really? It's still like 9:30 to me. I hope the snow is let up. You're right. Home time. Guess my stomach's in agreement too. Alright, let's go grab a burger before my own stomach starts crumbling too. I know there's this great burger joint downtown. You can't miss it. Sounds good to me. Let's eat up and rest up. We'll need to be fighting fit for tomorrow. We will indeed. And our first port of call will be with Mr. Tangaroa. To be continued. To be continued. Oh, that was short. But I'm still gonna go. December 25th, 10 o'clock a.m. Detention Center. Visitors room. Hey, it's Miss Bounds. Oh, Mr. Fender. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday. She looks rather tired. Has Mr. Von Karma finished interrogating you? Yes, though he really only seemed interested in how I melted those sculptures. Are you here to see Mr. Tangaroa too? Yes, I'm terribly worried about him. Detective Bad, what are you doing back there? Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene soon. Not sure how anyone just happens to be at a detention center, but okay. Good morning. He's white as a sheet. Mr. Tangaroa, what happens to you? Oh no, Samson, what did they do to you? They didn't seem to want to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired. They're not letting you sleep? That's not police work, that's torture! What's going on here, Detective Bad? I'm not the one doing the interviewing. It's the guy they put on the case before me. I like Mr. Von Karma's methods as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help. It was Detective Bad who got me out of there. I'd still be in that interrogation room right now if it weren't for him. Detective Bad really is trying to look out for Mr. Tangaroa in his own way, it seems. Alright, Eddie. Let's share yesterday's findings with Mr. Tangaroa. You've got it, Mystery. My notepad is at the ready. Mr. Tangaroa, we found quite a bit if you'd like to hear it. Of course. I thank you. Are you alright, Mr. Tangaroa? You seem kind of spaced out. I'm fine. I think my blood sugar might be running a little low. Samson! Do we have anything that might give him a little energy boost? Mr. Tangaroa? You're kind of swinging all over for the place. I'm sorry. Like I said, I think my blood sugar might be running a little low. Do we have anything? Huh? Is that chocolate? For me? Chocolate? Chocolate? Chocolate! Like that one chocolate freak from SpongeBob SquarePants. Those are the chocolates I wish I could just give them to you, Mr. Tangaroa. But the rules here don't exactly allow me to do so. Oh, that's a shame. But rules are rules, I suppose. There must be some way we can hand them to him. Detective Bat is noting the meaningful looks in his direction. I'm going to punch you if you don't do it. Tisk. Let me take a look at them. If they seem legit, I might consider passing them on to the suspect. I'm just gonna have to eat one of them, though. Thank you, Detective Bad. My hero! There goes my hero! Watch him as he goes! I'm touched. Thank you, Detective. Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. Here. You don't know how much this means to me. Yeah. Keep it down, will ya? For both of our sakes. Of course, Detective. I wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Now, to sample these streets. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot. I didn't do it for you. It was my call. Guess you're not such a bad guy after all. What did you say? Oh, the sweetness. I feel like a man reborn. Were they your handiwork, Judy? Yes. How are they? And now to scene about it. Feel the melt. Soft and smooth. Chocolates that'll comfort and soothe. Ear to ear. Head to toe. Smile and savor the taste as it flows. Delicious. Hey, I told you to keep it down in here. What if Manfred von Karma hears you? Oh, I'm sorry. I just have to scene in son. They're not exactly beautiful, but they're sweet and so so flavorful. So flavorful. Thank you, Judy. I'm so glad you like them. And I'm glad you're back to your old self. My apologies, friends. The food they serve here is just so flavorless. Between that and the lack of sleep, I was about ready to collapse of sheer despair. It's not like I got up here anyways. Wow, is the food here really all that bad? Just the usual. French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that. Yes, and yet I couldn't taste a thing. Huh? Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene. Before you go, Detective, do you have any new information to share? Oh yeah, you were right about the victim's identity. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he was known as Polly K. Artie Frost was Polly K? Never would have imagined. Pardon me, Mr. Polly K. Oh. Hey, thank you, Big Chris 388 TTV, for coming here. Even though you aren't feeling well, the pleasure's all the same to you. Yeah. Right. So the famous French sculptor wasn't a Frenchman after all, huh? This already certainly explained why Mr. Holly K was such a recluse and refused to show his face in public. He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently a bunch of Zodiac statues. Guess he'll never finish them now. He never finished his greatest masterpiece. Nah, seems he was making statues for each season. But he never got around to the winter constellations. The winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini? So the two he made out of ice would have completed this set. Yeah. And now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Miss Bound. I wasn't blaming you. One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of a spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make. Which means he was always strapped for cash. We're checking to see if there's any chance someone called in a debt. Guess not even famous artists are safe from money problems. Do you have any idea why he entered the confectionery contest? None. Guy didn't even tell his family. I see. Alright, I really gotta get going. I'll go fetch another guard, but I can't be hanging around here any longer. Understood, Detective. I'll see you again shortly. He's a good man. He certainly is. And an uncompromising one. Somebody who can be trusted to stand up for what he believes in. And to scare the pants off of anyone new he meets. Now, you were going to tell me about what you learned yesterday? Instead of just that? Of course. Let me to give you a full report. Thank you for that. And allow me to apologize on Judy's behalf. I'm so sorry. It's fine, Mr. Tangaroa. As I told her yesterday, the important thing is that we learn the truth in the end. Now, would you mind if I ask you a question or two? By all means, I'll gladly share all that I can. What can you tell me about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest? Let's see. There was Miss Scone. I loved her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semi-final. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. And there was actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semi-final as well. Which was, it tasted identical to Mr. Frost. They may have looked different, but I could have sworn that I was eating the same thing. Huh? And what exactly did his work look like? Oh, there should be a photograph back at my mansion. I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth. Much appreciated, Miss Bound. But Mr. Frost's entry for the finals? That truly was sublime. So you were able to finish judging it? Even though his body had been discovered in the meantime? Yes, I wasn't aware of what happened until after I had completed my assessment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took the liberty of sampling a bit. Part of the lyre, I believe. I've never tasted anything like it. It was like a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song. Huh? I'm sorry, but are you saying that the lyre tasted good? I'd like to hear more about that if you don't mind. You're quite sure it was the lyre you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work? I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini sculpture, which was the only sculpture in that display case. Mr. Tangaroa, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? So the part you tried was the lyre? The one shown here without any screens? Oh, there were screens originally. That was the last part I ate. So the screens were missing because Mr. Tangaroa ate them all, and he enjoyed them? Huh. Miss Scone told us she ate a part of the liar as well. But she said it was far too salty for her to finish. Then it's true. The truth is, I've suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste. Something wrong? How so exactly? There's a taste disorder characterized by an inability to detect salty flavors. And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I eat so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took a while for me to even notice. But there's no denying it now. In fact, that would explain why the food here seems so bland to him. What? But your taste buds are your livelihood. Even if there were some long-term treatment option, I highly doubt that a total cure for your condition exists. Nevertheless, you should put in a request to the police for proper evaluation. Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back at my mansion. You do? I do. You can take a look at it for yourself if you like. Miss Simpson, we can't show that receipt to just anybody. Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just anybody. He's my attorney and I have no secrets from him. Yes, you're right, of course. If that is what you wish. What on earth is this secret recipe for a miracle cure that they've been hiding? Well, I suppose I should be getting back. Alright, I'll be right behind you. Judy. Yes, Simpson? There's more to life than just me. Please, Judy, just think about the life you want to live. Because I won't always be around. Don't say that. Without you, I don't have a life to live. So I'll be waiting right there at the mansion until you come home, please. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Miss Bounds! Judy. Whoa, she seems really upset. I thought I saw tears in her eyes. Why do you even say all that to her? Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting all my needs ahead of her own. What do you mean? The Holy Collection, the candy making. It's all because she thinks these things will make me happy. She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person and to choose by her own destiny. The last thing I want for her is to miss out on all that life and has to offer because of me. I guess that makes sense. You really just see her as his own child. What parent wouldn't want their child to walk their own path? What parent wouldn't do everything they could to protect them? I know exactly how he feels in this moment. I think I've asked you everything I can for now, Mr. Tangaroa. We should be getting back to the scene of the crime. Oh, you're leaving? I see. No more interrogations. Please no. Please no. Please come back. Come back! I suppose I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session. Ah yes, I'll have to do something about that. You'll speak to the police for me? That too, but I'll be putting in something else in place as well. An ace up our sleeves for when the time comes. I look forward to learning more. I'll be counting on you, Mr. Edgeworth. We'll be back to brief you, Mr. Tinkerella, every day. And Judy too. Thank you, Buddy. I look forward to it. Mr. Tangaroa, your interrogator will do everything in his power to extract a confession from you. Not a confection. Not sweets, but something else entirely. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. But please, you have to do everything you can to hold out. If you can't, Mr. Von Karma will use that confession against you for as long as this case lasts. And it will make it that much harder for me to save you. I understand. I'll try. I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangaroa. You have my word on that. December 25th, 11:03 a.m. Contest. Venue. Fountain Room. Detective Bad, thank you again for what you did earlier. Yeah, thanks a ton. What are you talking about? There's no need to be shy about it. Never mind that now. I'm guessing you two are back here looking to investigate some more? We are indeed. We'll need something solid if we're going to save Mr. Tangaroa. Well, I hate to break it to you, but apart from this room, the whole place is on lockdown. What? Why we need to see those other rooms? This is Mr. Von Karma's doing. This is Mr. Von Karma's doing, I presume? Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. You guys probably got a hand in that too. And don't expect to speak with anybody, except us cops and Miss Bounds. Everybody else is gone. I doubt Mr. Von Karma will be handing out phone numbers. Is this all just a game to him? Why does he have to go so far? So what's your plan of action, Detective? Same as before. Do what I can to help you uncover the truth, like I promised. You have my gratitude. Just you wait, Mr. Von Karma. We're gonna beat you and your bag of dirty tricks. Tricks are not for kids. Detective, maybe we could conduct a brief investigation of the area? Sure. But like I said, everyone else is off bounds. You probably won't be seeing those rooms again. That's fine. As long as there's at least some way of continuing our investigation, we'll make do. Contest venue, fountain room. Let's talk to her. Miss Bound, we're here to continue our investigation. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry about earlier. She's still looking kind of down in the dumps, Mystery. She must have been greatly taken aback by what Mr. Tangaroa had to say. I found the photograph at the semi-final entries for you. Here, it's all yours. Wow, wow, Miss Cone sure knows how to make a cute cake. Yes, Samson loved her design for that one. And he loved the designs and flavors of Mr. Gusteau and Mr. Frost's entry too. Only problem was, as Samson mentioned earlier, they tasted exactly the same. However, their respective entries for the final tasted nothing unlike, it seems. Was there anything else of note that changed between the semi-final and the final? Nothing major, but I guess there was one other thing. Mr. Gusteau's son was always here with him throughout the contest. But he was nowhere to be seen during the final. Why would his son come and hang around at a contest venue of all places? You're sure you're happy for us to keep hold of this? Of course. I hope it helps with your investigation. Oh, And I also have the book containing the recipe for the cure Simpson mentioned. Wait a minute, didn't we see this before? We've seen this book before. It was in the chocolate frame, in Tinkero's room. That's right. He put it on display there so that everybody could see the grand prize. What? The cure is in the ultimate cookbook? So it's not a book of desserts recipes, I take it? Oh no, we told the contestants, of course. But I guess nobody told you yet. So the contestants all knew that what the ultimate cookbook was this whole time. Interesting. The cure for taste disorders and other chemical and pharmaceutical items. Interesting. I guess that explains something then. I'd like to hear more about the cookbook if you don't mind, Miss Bound. So, if I understand correctly, the Ultimate Cookbook is actually a collection of recipes for different medicines? Exactly, or rather, totally new medications that haven't made it to market yet, to be precise. To the right buyer, a pharmaceutical company, for example, it would be worth a fortune. But why make that the grand prize in a confectionery contest? Mr. Tinkeroa is the sole heir to the Tinkeroa family fortune. Perhaps you've heard of the Tinkeroa group? The Tinkeroa group? Yeah, I think I've heard of them somewhere before. It's a major pharmaceutical corporation. Sells all kinds of pills and poisons. Oh yeah, the new Killer Pro has been making some real waves since it went on sale. Cold Killer. So he's been a part of the Cold Killer series? I guess that makes sense. I always reach for a Cold Killer when I'm feeling under the weather. Which is never as far as I've seen. I'd like to hear more about the Tinkeroa group if you don't mind. So, did Mr. Tinkeroa not want to take over his parents and go into the family business? No, he preferred the idea of making people's lives better through the power of confectionery. And his parents supported him in his quest to become the best in the world. Then when they passed away, he inherited the cookbook. Well, why would he make such a valuable heirloom a mere contest prize? He's been hunted by so many people looking to make the book their own. He was tired of it. But it would have been an insult to his parents' memory simply to give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away, y'all. Give it away, give it away, give it away, yeah. Give it away, give it away, give it away, yeah. I don't know what the rest of that song is, but have you ever heard of that Red Hot Chili Peppers? They're... I don't know what they cook, but their songs are amazing. So he decided to find somebody he felt was worthy of it. I'll bet the board of directors love that. Handing over the fruits of all their expensive research to someone else. They hated the idea, of course, which is why Delicia entered the contest. The Tinkeroa group wanted her to win the book back for them. So you knew she was a pharmacist all along? Yes, and not only that, I told her how to appeal to Samson's taste. I tried to help her win. But why? But why? I wanted to protect Samson by protecting the Tinkeroa group. If that cookbook fell into another company's hands, the board would never forgive him. So I wanted to find a way to keep it with the company, but in a way that Samson couldn't object to. So that's how Miss Scone managed to make it so far into the contest she had no business taking a part in. But Miss Scone wasn't the only one pretending, was she? Mr. Frost really wasn't a confectionist either. And he still made it all the way to the final, just like she did. Not bad. Yes, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Such a talented sculptor, and a gifted crafter of desserts, too. Gifted indeed, judging by the standard of his work in the final. But how did one man procure pieces of that size and quality in such a short period of time? I'm not sure I have much more to tell you. But if there's anything else I can help you with, I'd be happy to, of course. She's certainly very keen to ensure she does all she can for Mr. Tangaroa. I could certainly use a cup of the tea you made us yesterday, if you don't mind. I think that might help move the investigation along nicely. Oh, I'll have some too. Your tea is to die for, Miss Bound. Well, how could I possibly refuse? I'll bring it out right now. You know, I think that cheered her up a little. There's a liar here. Some maracas designed to look like ice cream cones. They're so well made that it's hard to tell what's candy and what's not by just looking. I reached out and touched them, but then I'd be disturbing the crime scene. Hands off. Already checked them out. They're real. Check them out how exactly? Did you manhandle vital evidence, detective? I didn't touch them. Not with my hands, at least. Did he? Never mind. I don't want to picture it. I could go some... I like my tea. Let's see here. Let's go with black. Probably like... Let's see here. I go for that sea caramel. Not caramel sugar. What was it called? Cilantro? No, that's something else. Darn it, what was it called? What was that tea called? Starts with a C. Turbicule. Dilated. Darn it, what was it called? Ceylon, I think. Camellia? Ceylon or Camellia? It's a little citrusy, like, it has a little bit of, like, let's see here, Ceylon or the other one. No, it's just that I was thinking about tea that I like as well. But I just forgot the name of it. It's no sugar, just basic. I just like tea as well when I have the chance. It was either Ceylon or Camellia. It was one of those two. They're so nice. Anyways. Moment of your time, Eddie? It's your theme, mystery. What's up? Actually, no. Statues on the fountain depict cherubs enjoying some chocolate fondue. Holy Key's work, apparently. Gotta hand it to him. They look so real. Detective, are you saying that you have personally seen cherubs before? Tisk, attorneys. Always poking holes in people's words. What? Did I do something wrong? Excuse me, may I ask what you're investigating? Sir, I'm analyzing the fountain water to see what might be in it, sir. And what did you find? Chocolate and what looks like the flavorings of colorings used in frozen desserts, sir. The composition of the chocolate seems to be the same as that of Mr. Tinkerer's work. And the flavoring and coloring natural profile of those using Mr. Frost's sculptures. Those little rivers flow from all four artists' room right here to this fountain. Guess that's how the stuff from the melted sculptures wound up in there. Thus and also, we also found blood. What? Why is there blood in the water? Think back to our investigation at the murder scene, Detective. The victim's blood was mysteriously absent, as was the part of the chocolate chest it had pulled on. I believe that the blood probably belonged to the victim, huh? I'll have the guy compare it with the blood on the murder weapon. Wait, how can you do that? Isn't like water? I mean, how can you take blood from water? That, I mean, I guess that blood doesn't appear like very well. You can't get rid of it normally, so I guess, that's weird. It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost. Why would someone want to send the victim's blood downstream and into the fountain like this? Plus, Frost's blood was found in the fountain, not at the scene of the crime. Investigation complete. I've learned a little more about the contest participants. There's still one question involving Mr. Gusto, for which we never got an answer. Oh, I felt that rumble. What was he doing in Mr. Frost's room? That's not all. I also have questions about the work he submitted for the semi-finals. The confectioner who admits to lacking design sense, but a sculptor within its spades. Mr. Gusto could not have hoped to win such high-level contest by himself. Which is why I'm beginning to wonder if there was some sort of connection between him and Mr. Frost. Detective, I need to ask Mr. Gusto a few more questions. The story still doesn't add up quite for me. Me neither. We need to figure out how to get in touch with him. Oh, do you now? Oh great, him and his walkie. Good luck with that, because I have no intention of allowing it. Mr. Von Karma, I am already in the midst of my own investigation into Gusto, so there is no need for the likes of you to pester him with the same questions again. Just. I will, however, be happy to answer any questions you might have. Seems that it's somehow preventing me from talking to Mr. Gusto, in which case, fine, then allow me to keep you on your offer. Take you up on your offer. Very well. What is it? I'd like you to tell me about the connection between Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost. Hold on for a moment. Gusto and Frost's connection. The connection between Gusto and Frost? It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest. And that's all? That's all I have to say to you. What? That doesn't help us at all. I'll have to confront him with evidence if we want to draw the truth out of him. And it's imperative that we do. He's clearly hiding something. Granted, it may have simply been a coincidence that they both entered the same competition. But that doesn't rule out a connection of some other kind between the two of them. Objection! I do hate to repeat myself, but if you do not have any pertinent evidence, then kindly keep your mouth shut. Guess I'll just do what he says for now. Blah, we know. Objection! I wonder if you could look at the two confections in the foreground for me, Mr. Von Karma. They were made for the contest semifinals. Both are quite exquisitely crafted, wouldn't you agree? Get to the point. As the nameplate suggests, these were Mr. Gusteau and Mr. Frost's entries. Mr. Gusteau told us that confectionery design was far from his strong suit. And yet, his work in the picture is just as good as Mr. Frost's. Exactly as good, in fact. We learned from another witness that their two entries also tasted exactly the same. Objection! What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that they were helping one another out. Let's take a closer look, shall we? While at first glance, the two may appear to be superficially different, it soon becomes apparent that there are significant similarities in how they were put together. They are made of the same ingredients, taste the same, and share a similar design aesthetic. The picture is proof positive that the two were working together. If you figured it out that much, I suppose there's little point in denying it. Mr. Von Karma knew all along that they were cooperating, but I'll warn you, none of what you're about to hear will be to your advantage. Gusteau and Frost's real connection. Let me confirm what you seem so desperate to prove. Gusteau and Frost are indeed working together. Gusteau spelled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night. It seems they were helping one another right up until the day before the final. So, you knew that the two were cooperating. Mr. Von Karma, are you trying to bury the truth? Objection! Please, enough with the petty slander. I merely wanted to avoid you poking your nose around before I could provide proper context in court. It has simply slipped my mind to explain that to you. Doesn't explain why he's being so slippery with the facts, though. I need to figure out what he's hiding. I can't let things end like this. They weren't working together during the finals. I find that a little hard to believe. This cone is on record as having described Mr. Frost's creations as scrumptious. And while he was certainly skilled, I doubt even he could have become a world-class confectioner overnight. It seems far more likely that he and Mr. Gusteau were still cooperating during the finals. Objection! How many times must I explain this to you? Assertions require proof, and one person's entirely subjective statement is not proof of anything. Besides, even amateurs can occasionally make delicious food. Perhaps Frost was simply lucky. My wife, for example, is an amateur whose cooking puts first-class chefs to shame. How is that not an entirely subjective statement? Furthermore, you are ignoring another crucial part of the pharmacist's testimony. Namely, that she also described some of Fuss's work as having been unbearably salty. In other words, your evidence actually shows that Fuss failed to produce a perfect confectionery. Ugh. Tisk. No more objections, I take it? There must be some way I can prove that Gusto and Fuss were still collaborating. Mystery? There's something that's been on my mind. Yes? What is it, Eddie? Mr. Fuss' entry for the finals. Wouldn't it have taken a while to make? I would imagine so. Making flavored water, freezing it all, and then carving two whole sculptures? Could he really have done that and helped Mr. Gusto with his work? If it was me, I'd barely gotten as far as setting the flavored water up to freeze parts. I just can't see how Mr. Fuss could have pulled it off. Perhaps there's some lordly instinct in you after all, Eddie. Your pondering certainly points to another possibility. Huh? Why did you eat your notes again? Eddie's right. Mr. Fuss would have needed to freeze his own large bodies of flavored ice to create his art. There wouldn't have been time to do that during the contest itself. So what must Mr. Fuss have done in order to finish his flavored entry within the time limit? He must have made the flavored ice the day before, and then all he would have had to do was sculpt it. What are you muttering about now? Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something, that's all. I realized that you're correct. What? Mystery? I hope you know what you're doing. Oh, accepting defeat at last, are we? The only thing I'm accepting is that perhaps one of the things you said was true. They were helping one another right up until the day before the final. Just as you said, the day before the final really did mark the end of their collaboration. Mr. Fuss' entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze. The new flavors would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto. Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me, that he helped Fuss up until the day before the final. In that case, why didn't Mr. Fuss reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return? Objection! I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead. Objection! Perhaps not, but I imagine Mr. Gusto could tell us. So why don't you let us speak with him? Or do you still insist your interrogation as thorough as you claim? How dare you call my methods into question? That's not my intention. I just don't understand why you would have such a perfectly valid line of inquiry. Give me one good reason as to why you're keeping Mr. Gusto from me. One good reason? Certainly. The how and why of Mr. Fuss and Gusto's collaboration have absolutely no bearing on this case. Objection! How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their relationship had broken down for some reason, that could have very well been the motive behind this murder. Objection! Could it indeed? Then why did Gusto himself tell me all about it? Why did Why did the man who seemed so keen on accusing share the details of his collaboration with the prosecution? Please tell me you have some proof to back up your preposterous suspicions at this time. Mr. Crusoe only acted suspiciously one time that we know of. I imagine Mr. Von Karma is aware of exactly what the suspicious action was. Which means this is probably a trap. Huh. Well, Cat, got your ton? But even if this is a trap, I can't back down now. Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room, and we still don't know why. That fact alone is reason enough to suspect him. Tisk. If that's your only concern, then allow me to clear it up for you. I knew it. It was a trap. I was saving this for the trial, but consider it a taste of things to come. Plus, I'd hate for the proceedings to drag on because of your needless interjections. Here, take a look at this photograph. What the heck is on Gusteau's head? That's Gusteau and Frost and their sons. Gusteau snuck into Frost's room in order to retrieve this photograph. But why? Seems their sons attended the same elementary school. Gusteau was concerned that the fact of Mr. Frost and his acquaintance might place him under undue suspicion. A concern that you have just proved was entirely well-founded. Ugh. Gusteau's actions make perfect sense, and you have given me no reason to believe otherwise. Nog! He's never gonna let me talk to Mr. Gusteau. Now, if you're quite done obstructing my investigation, I have things to be getting on with. That smug, self-righteous jerk! I'll give him something to be getting on with. What do we do, Mr. E? Mr. Tangaroa is finished if we can't figure something out. Things to be getting on with. Something could those things be? There's a body, a murder weapon, and a suspect in custody. The prosecution means to pursue Mr. Tangaroa. Surely they have all they need? So why is Mr. Von Karma still investigating the scene of the crime? Something on your mind, Mystery? We're missing something. Something important. Mr. Von Karma has everything he needs to proceed with the prosecution of Mr. Tangaroa. And yet, he still doesn't seem entirely confident of his case. If he was, why refuse to share information with Detective Bad? No autopsy report. In addition, we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to the evidence that went missing. Evidence that turned up not in Mr. Tangaroa's room, but in a most unusual place. So there were no traces of Mr. Frost's blood left in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Yet we found some in the fountain instead. Why? Bum ba da dum bum. Bum bum. Mr. Frost's blood went missing from the crime scene, but traces of it showed up in the fountain. Why go to the trouble of removing the blood from the scene after the body had been discovered? Why only the blood? Surely the body would have also been in the way? Wait, could someone have moved the body aside to get to the blood? So the body might have been moved aside, or even removed from the scene of the crime entirely. After all, as far as we know, there's still no autopsy reports. We've learned plenty about the murder weapon and the suspect, but very little about the body itself. Our assumption thus far has been that the body had been recovered by the forensics team. Wait a minute. But what if that assumption is false? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Von Karma wouldn't show Detective Bad the autopsy report out of something other than spite? What if we've been thinking about this the wrong way all along? The question isn't why didn't Mr. Von Karma hold back information about the body? It's did Mr. Von Karma even have any information about the body in the first place? How do things look from that angle? Perhaps the body hadn't been removed by the police in order to carry out an autopsy. Perhaps it had already been removed and hidden away by the culprit before the arrival. Mystery? We've both heard the rumors about Mr. Von Karma's questionable methods. Fabricated with witness statements, shady deals, forged evidence even. Sure, everybody's heard of that stuff, but what's got to do with us right now? I would never judge a person on the basis of rumors alone. Even Mr. Von Karma. I tried my best not to let my preconceptions color our interactions with him. Nonetheless, it appears he may be indeed be willing to twist the truth to his own ends. Twist the truth? You mean he's playing dirty? I fear he might have been, and still is. And I'm not about to let him get away with it. I'm returning to the prosecutor's office. Don't breathe a word about anything to that infernal attorney. Yes, sir! Hold it! Yes? What is it now? I have a few questions, Mr. Von Karma, about a certain fact you've been keeping from us. Really? You mean to call the methods of an officially sanctioned investigation into question yet again? I'm warning you, if you obstruct the police in their work any further, there will be consequences. Objection! It's not the police I have an issue with, Mr. Von Karma. It's you. What? Isn't it on the prosecution to work out who the real culprit of a crime is? What foolishness is this? I have no intention of debating what a prosecution's role is or is not with the likes of you. But let me make one thing clear. My job is to identify suspects, ensure that every last one of them is convicted at all costs. Believe me when I say I leave absolutely no room for doubt when I present my perfect, unassailable cases. Objection! And how far would you go for your perfect cases? Would you create facts out of whole cloth, perhaps? Huh, and I thought you had outdone yourself already. But now you intend to accuse me of fabricating evidence? I do. Because it is why you've done nothing but hinder Detective Bad from doing the job at every turn. What are you talking about? You didn't shut him out of the investigation because you wanted him to keep an eye on us. You did it to stop him from finding out that you don't have the body. What? He doesn't have the body? Objection! Ridiculous! You're clutching at straws. I will tolerate no more of your preposterous slander. Then allow us to examine it. Prove me wrong if you can. Tisk. I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder than that. I'm under no obligation whatsoever to prove your baseless accusations one way or another. Objection! As you must have seen for yourself, a piece of bloody chocolate is missing from the scene of the crime. Where did it disappear? And where did it go? Where did it come from, Cunning Joe? What does it matter? Some blood went missing from the chest where the body was found. So what? So what indeed? That's precisely my question. If the body was still at the scene when the police got here, removing the blood would have accomplished nothing. However, let us suppose for a moment that the body was not. If someone had wanted to erase any trace of what had happened in that room, then it all makes perfect sense. Objection! What is this petty obsession with the blood stain? But since it's so important to you, why don't you tell me where you believe it went? Of course, after all, evidence is everything, as you never tire of telling us. I believe this should back up my theory quite nicely. Traces of the victim's blood were found in the fountain, along with traces of the chocolate from Mr. Tangaroa's room. I believe the missing piece of blood-stained chocolate was dumped into the stream that flows to the fountain, which strongly points toward another certain fact. Someone purposely disposed of the blood after the body had been removed from the chest. God! Mr. Von Karma, where did you find the body? You didn't find it, did you? Answer me! You, where did you get your hands on that kind of evidence? You have neither the authority nor the means to carry out that kind of analysis on the fountain water. No, but I do. Curse you, bad! You've been a thorn in my side from the moment you were assigned. Well, no longer. As of now, you're officially off the case. I was barely on it in the first place. Mr. Von Karma, you still haven't answered my question. Will you admit it? Will you confirm that no body was ever recovered? Just. If it's really quite the claim, you know. One that you'll never find any proof for, I'm afraid. What must I do to get an answer out of him? Now, if you don't mind, I've given you quite enough of my precious time already. I look forward to destroying you in court, Gregory Edgeworth. Your precious logic and theories won't save you then. Nothing will. Mark my words, Mr. Von Karma. Your methods will be your undoing. No matter how you try to hide the truth, I bring it all to light in the end. Forgive me, Detective. I didn't mean to put you in a difficult position. Don't sweat it. I was always gonna end this way. Honestly, nobody's ever said me the way he did before. First time for everything, huh? You know, I think you might be right about the body being missing. I am. I'll prove it in court. Well, if there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. Since, you know, I'm off the case now. That's very kind, and I'm sorry to keep asking favors of you, Detective Bad, but there is one more thing. Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Come on, let me in on the secret. Alright, Eddie. The detective and I were just arranging a little insurance for the trial. I think we have enough to see Mr. Taro acquitted, but I prefer to have Ace in the hole just in case. And What is that? You'll find out in the courtroom. Wait, what? You're letting me join you? Of course I am. You're my assistant, after all. Heh. I'll be more than that by next year. I'll be a full-fledged attorney, you know. We can take on Mr. Von Karma together. Indeed. Though I'm hoping we'll have freed Mr. Tangaroa by then. But if we're against Mr. Von Karma, I guess we can't rule out the possibility that this might take some time. Right, but we'll do everything we can in the meantime. I know you can beat Mr. Von Karma Mystery. I believe in you. The sad truth, knowing what happens next. Can't allow Mr. Tangaroa to remain in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And we won't. I'll expose Mr. Von Karma's lies if it's the last thing I do. And we know what happens next, unfortunately. Alright, so this has been Dry Oasis. I've been your host, and as always, you can catch me on Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, Discord, or Blue Sky, all under Dry Oasis. I've been your host. Let's see here. Not on stream. Let me see where I can raid. Alright. For those watching on stream and Twitch, I hope that you've all had a great day so far, and if not, if the rest of your day is better or tomorrow is better for you. See you later and take care. Bye-bye.